And the Cup guys coming to you tonight. The Cobra E Racing Series. We got like I said, we got the Xfinity and the Cup guys running Kansas. We got the truck guys coming at you from Chicagoland later on tonight. So once again, I want to bring my broadcaster partner in, Clip Broadcaster Pluggy. As usual, he's going to have some pre-race info and shit. So take it away, Clay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Broadcaster Pluggy, delighted to bring you the action here with GTR Butters, our league owner. Tonight, off the top of the broadcast tonight, I want to apologize in advance for what's almost certainly going to be a weird sounds for me, just garbage audio, because I've been having some internet issues and technical difficulties today. I can thank Charter Spectrum for that, so thanks to them for that. But anyways, we got a night full of racing here. We're going to start off at the Kansas Speedway for our Xfinity Cup Series, and we're headed out to Chicago later for Travis Tyson on truck race. But we're here first at Kansas for the Xfinity guys. We got a really interesting race coming here tonight. Kansas is one of those racetracks. It's really a one-groove racetrack. You can't really do much. Not a whole lot you can do. You have to run the top. Can't really run the bottom unless you're going to pull off a slide job move, and we're going to be talking a lot about slide job moves tonight because I think we're going to see a bunch of them. But coming off the back of a Sonoma race that was rather weird, we lost a bunch of people, blackouts, and various issues at Sonoma, including the guy that was second in points, Minnesota, finishing 17th, and then B, who I believe was either 5th or 6th, finished last. He finished 20th after lagging out on the very first lap of the race. Some other front runners, some rather tough nights. Braves, who was inside the playoff lines, finished 15th. Nuka, who won the previous week at Chicagoland, finished there in the 13th spot. So those guys had tough nights. Another strong night for our points leader, Hamilton. He finished second. And of course, ETR Jacob scored his first win of the year, and I didn't know this, voters, but it was his first career Cobra win.
Really?
GTR Jacob's first career Cobra win. He was telling me about that earlier.
Well, that even makes things a little bit special, even more special, Clay. I mean, I thought maybe he had one from season 1 or something, but yeah, I didn't know that either. That's pretty kick-ass.
This was his first career win, but we saw guys have some issues in that race. I mean, Hamilton got roughed up on a restart, fought his way back to second. Drunkfest had a really solid night running inside the top 5. Hot seat, he think another hot seat tonight. We saw another hot seat opportunity. Nike boy Will, he was on pole, had a speeding penalty late, finished 5th. Jose ran up front all night, finally got a top 5 finish out of it after a rough go of things. And then some pretty blue-collar workhorse kind of days for people like Marini, Robbie Racing, for Mills, that type of thing. Those type of drivers. Guys that, have been pretty solid in the playoffs, but some of these guys are also been like right there on the playoff cut line. So those guys are able to have pretty solid nights. Butters?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said last week, for being a road course, these guys were, couple guys that were up front. Obviously with Jacob with the win, and then Jose Protege had a strong night, and but you had Hamilton, and I believe who was the other one up there running most of the night? Nike. Like I said, they all had good runs. I think Nike had maybe a tough break there. I think halfway through the race or something happened along the line. But yeah, for being a road course, the Xfinity race was very entertaining. I mean, we had some good racing battles out there, and it was very enjoyable to call that. So yeah.
Indeed, and we do have a trade to announce. There was a trade this week between Venom Racing and Los Angeles Motorsports. The deal that involved future draft capital. I believe it's a future third-round pick off season. More to come later on our new format that we might be announcing. But anyways, trade that's in Baghdad, driver number 8. He's going to now drive the 21, and in exchange, man, Soft picks up Mo Power Cat, and I know he's not ran the full season, but we know what Cat's capable of. So Cat will now be driving at number 8, and unfortunately with us tonight, and instead Sauce, as team captain Blitzum, we come down to drive the number 8 tonight. That was our trade for the week.
Yeah, that was the trade of the week. I also believe, yeah, we had nothing otherwise through for the Xfinity or the Cup guys. So we had a quiet day of quiet week of waivers this week, but I'm pretty sure we had a few new drivers last week running. So I believe in the next week or two we're going to see some moves, more roster moves being played out through the waiver wire too coming up here. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be some interesting signings I think coming up. But like I said, yeah, going back, Clay, that you said we did some little bit of talking. We're kind of excited. I'm not going to say too much, but we got some changes coming for next season again. There was some really good ideas coming out and discussed here the last couple nights, and I'm super excited here. We're going to have a couple different, something a little different geared up for everybody, so stay tuned for that. I think everybody's going to be pleased with it. It's going to be exciting, and we're just going to try to keep Cobra, keeping them more competitive, more strong, and just trying to keep bringing the best racing we can out there.
Right, Butters, and we have a couple other roster notes for this evening. Of course, don't want none driver. The number 19 is not able to race with us anymore with his schedule kind of changing a little bit. Not able to race with us. So this will be the second week in a row that Nike Boy will be hot seating the number 19. This will be his third hot seat of the year after I believe a top 10 finish at Daytona to begin the year. And as well, last week, a pole and then a top 5 finish at Sonoma, so he'll be looking to do well again here tonight. And as well, R.J. Smith, after taking on penalty that he did not would not like to race with us anymore. So, the number 92 tonight is the team owner of Venom Racing GTR Tag. He'll be filling in number 92 tonight. And the only other thing that I can see here, Butters, the only guy we're missing is last week's winner, 98 of GTR Jacob. I do not see in the field right now.
Yeah, he did shoot me a message a little bit ago saying that he wasn't going to be making it tonight. So
they are just now finishing up qualifying, so we're getting ready to get the driver introductions ready to go here for first race of the night.
yeah, as we wait to load up here, we'll get back there. Like I said, Clay's going to be bringing you starting lineups here. Something like I said, Clay's been doing here the last few weeks, last month or so. Great idea. He does an awesome job doing it. So, yeah, we get the green light here. When he sees him update, Clay will be cutting it loose, letting you guys know. Driver introductions.
They're in the post race, so they should be headed back to the lobby now.
So it looks like we got, 19 guys in the field, looks like.
Correct, 19 people in the field.
So we're only one short from the...
Yes.
Go. One short from
okay,
the
here we
field.
go.
Yep.
Here we go. Starting 19th from Phoenix, Arizona, driving the Lost in the Sauce Motorsports #1 Chevrolet, it's Hamilton. Starting in the 18th position tonight, he's from Standish, Maine, driving the Lost in the Sauce Motorsports #9 Chevrolet, it's Mo Palanuka. Starting in the 17th position tonight from Warwick, New York, he's the captain of Rum Runners Racing, driving the #11 Chevrolet, it's Brinkerhoff. Starting in the 16th position tonight, he's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, driving Rum Runners #6 Chevrolet, it's Mills. Starting in the 15th position tonight, he is from Houston, Texas, driving the Rum Runners Racing #16 Chevrolet, it's Monster. Starting in the 14th position tonight, he's from Peterborough, in England of the United Kingdom, driving the Gorilla Autosport #18 Toyota, it's Robbie Racing. Starting in the 13th position tonight, he's from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, driving the Venom Racing #21 Chevrolet, it's Bad Guy. Starting in the 12th position tonight, he's from Grand Rapids, Michigan, driving the #4 Venom Racing Chevrolet, it's Just Ken. Starting in the 11th position tonight, he's from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Driving the Black Bear Racing number 07 Chevrolet, it's Dewey. Starting in the 10th position tonight, he's from Richmond, Virginia, driving the Gorilla Autosport number 19 Toyota, it's Nike Boy Will. Starting in the 9th position tonight, he's from Knoxville, Tennessee, driving the Bim Racing number 0, Chase B. Starting in the 8th position tonight, he is from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, driving the Gorilla Autosport number 54 Toyota, it was a protege. Starting in the 7th position tonight, he's from Laurel, Delaware, driving the Watson Motorsports number 7 Chevrolet, it's Hunt Fest. Starting in the 6th position tonight, he's from Woodsville, New Hampshire. He's the captain of Venom Racing, driving the number 92 Chevrolet. It's GTR Tabby. Starting in the 5th position tonight, from Atlanta, Georgia, driving the number 08 Black Bear Racing Ford. It's Stokes. Starting in the 4th position tonight, he's from Bull County, Georgia. He is the owner of Lawson Sauce Motorsports, driving the number 8 Chevrolet. It's Sauce. Starting in the 3rd position tonight, he is from Bay, Ontario, Canada, driving the Gorilla Autosport number 20 Toyota. It's Marini. And on the front row tonight, starting in position number 2, he's from Loganville, Georgia, driving the Roadrunners number 10 Chevrolet. It's Cope. And on the pole, scoring his first career Cobra pole from Chicago, Illinois, driving the Black Bear Racing number 22 Ford. It's WRX Mike.
There you have it, folks. There's your starting lineup here tonight from Kansas Speedway with our Cobra E Racing Series Xfinity guys. One thing I'm just going to point out. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to note this out. The guy that will be starting in position number 20 and rounding out our field, driving the number 98 Black Bear Racing Ford. He's from Mentos, Colorado, driving the number 98 it's Bummer. He will be making his first hot seat of the season.
There we go, boys. That's there you have it. Xfinity boys from Kansas Speedway. Like I said, just a couple quick notes that I see. We got a couple of the guys, few drivers down racing some Xfinity hot seats or racing seats tonight. See a couple. Glad to see Aquataddy back tonight. You know he's been off for a few weeks. Glad to have him back, buddy. Glad to see you there. And then we see Sauce running down Xfinity tonight. And that's about the only other two. Them are the two guys I noticed the most. But yeah.
4 of our 5 captains here in Cobra are racing this race. Of note, the only person who is not is Pete Collett, the owner of Gorilla Sport.
So we got a little bit of a different field here tonight than our normal standard Xfinity guys. So, but be interesting. I noticed that the WRX Mike gets his first pole. I went out and made that my pick tonight, Clay.
You did
I've been
average. Make him as your pick tonight.
I've been averaging I think one correct pick a week. So we'll see if it starts out all right for me here right away in the Xfinity race. If WRX Mike can pull off that Vic, I hit my average and I'll be happy the rest of the night, eh? But yeah, anybody out there watching, we know if Clay is having some little bit of internet issues, so we're well aware that Clay may start sounding a little tin canny, but we're just gonna do the best we can. So
yep, there's literally nothing I can do.
Right. So let's see what we got out there, boys. Let's go. I know we got guys watching out there. Let's hear some picks. What do you guys got out there? Let me know who's watching. Guys, I made this tight tonight. I decided to have a few beers after work, so I'm a little prime. So bear with me. If a curse word comes out, hopefully I don't get in too much trouble here, but I busted ass to get home so I could do this broadcast tonight, so super excited. We're to tracks that I believe we're going to have good racing. And just like I said, been excited all day. Hey, don't worry about Slayer. This guy ain't falling asleep anywhere. But hey, thanks for joining us, Slayer, and then Turf. He's calling it. He's calling. He's saying Chase. Chase is his boy. He's saying.
Okay, I am going to try something to see if my mic can work better. Give me just a moment.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as we wait for, let's see here, we get some. See if we got any green lights to join at all. I know, like I said, Clay's gonna try something. Clay's gonna try something here to see if he can get a little better connection. But yeah, like I said, we know we're well aware he's gonna be lagging a little bit, or he's gonna be sounding a little tin canny. But what do you do with the beauty of internet? But I'll be giving her a shout. I'll be giving her a call here until we get Clay back. I mean, it looks like Clay had left the party, so he's going to be. I'm assuming he's going to try resetting, see if that gets any better for him. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, we're coming here tonight at Kansas. I believe this is race. Don't quote me. 9, 8. Like right now, you're sounding okay, Clay. Well, give me a second to load up. I was never told that they were loading. They were going. Yeah, we're logged in, going. Yeah, it looks like WRX Beck. Yeah, WRX Mike. Yeah, he's running a mid pack there. So yeah, I'm not sure either. Since this is the first time I loaded up. I got you, Clay. Right, right. Well, I'll go forward here if you wanna if you're gonna do anything or if you're gonna try something else. But we'll roll forward here as I'm gonna call it the best I can here. We got the number 54 of so Jose Protege is your race leader right now, followed by the number 7 of uh, uh, that would be I wanna say Patton every damn time. It's Drunk Fest. Well, we got a car spinning. We got WRX Mike spinning. Or was that a leg deal again? Yeah, we're under yellow here, guys. So not sure what's going on out there. Right, right. Can you guys hear Clay? You guys in the YouTube chat? YouTube land. Turf or no go with here in Clay. We might have to go. If you want to go back to the other part, I couldn't tell you what's going on, Clay. I'm not a technical guy. But hey, we're gonna take the green again. Your pole sitter, number 22 of WRX Mike here, is in the back of the pack, so we're gonna move our way up to the front here.
How about now? Can y'all hear me now?
Guys, give us a comment if you guys can hear Clay. Yes, you're good, Clay.
Great news.
Take it away, buddy.
Let's get into it. Okay, new leader is the 0 of Beatty. There we go. Just had to fix a setting there on my phone. But we're set to go here now. And it's been a hectic race already, it appears. We're already going 3 wide. You got Nuka throwing it 3 wide between Chewy and Nike. And here's the thing that we're going to be watching tonight, Butters. We're going to see a huge fight for space because you simply just can't run the bottom here. The only time that you can run the bottom is if you're intending on trying to pass someone. And so here's the thing about it. And here comes Chewy, some contact with the 21 now. A couple Canadians getting into it with each other. And Ken's going to try and split the middle of them. 21's in a wall. 4's going to get sent down the track, and we're wrecking again. Taddy's gone around. The 4's gone around. The 07's gone around. The 6 has gone around. And that's going to bring another caution out on the speedway here at Kansas Speedway.
Well, what the hell's going on, guys? We got a full moon tonight somewhere, or what's going on?
What it is it's simply just a fight for space out there. And the 21 of Bad Guy had to take a really weird course of action there into 3 and 4. Fortunately, he tagged the wall. That stacked him up. Ken got into the back of him, and that basically just stacked the field up and wrecked everyone. 21 getting the wall there. And at a track like Kansas, it is really hard, really, really hard to check up.
Yeah, I believe these guys just need to slow their roll down here a little bit. We're early in the race, guys. I mean, there's a lot of laps out there. Let's just let's get it together. Let's turn some laps, guys. Let's get the feel of it. You're not going to win this race in the first stage.
Back to it's the 0 and the 7 leading us to the green flag here. Here comes that 19 there on the inside. He's going to get it rolling here through 1 and 2. Looking to the inside of the 1 of Hamilton. We saw the 19 and the 1 battling hard there in stage 1 at Sonoma last week. Now they're battling again. Look at the 19 throw it to the bottom of the racetrack, hoping it sticks, but he's been racing long enough to know that that's not going to stick, and now he's just stuck on the bottom lane right here. They're 4-3, almost 4 wide back here. Look at this gaggle. These restarts are going to be insanity.
Oh, looks
3
like
wide for the race lead.
Got another car in the wall. Looks like Robbie Racing.
It is a 54. The 08's gone around. The 22's gone around. 92 and everyone wrecking again. Heavy damage to the number 18. The 6 has heavy damage as well. The 98 of Bomber has damage in this. The 92, the 22 has damage. The 20 has damage. About half the field, the 08 has damage. Half the field caught up in that one. The 54 as well caught up in this one. So this is 3,
rough start.
Maybe 4. Is this our 4th caution of the day?
I believe it's our
I think
4th
this is
one.
It might be our 3rd. I can't remember.
Oh, we had 2 early. One. No, this is the 4th one.
Go. We're back to the green flag here, and it's the 1 of Hamilton leading the way this time. With his teammate Drunkfest right there beside of him. Have to think, actually, we've got the We've got all three of his teammates there up on the outside
Jeez,
lane.
they're
The 7,
wrecking
the 9,
again.
and the 8. Wrecking again, the 20, the 08, the 18 again, and another caution is out. What is going on in this race?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Turf. These guys, I don't know what's going on. These guys have been all year running so. I mean, clean. I mean, this ain't like we're racing on a tight track or anything here. I mean,
Yeah,
it's Kansas.
yeah. I'd say this series has been. I mean, it competes with the truck series. I'd say for probably being the cleanest, but this is not looking clean at all tonight. I don't know if there's just bad juju or what's going on out there tonight.
I don't know if it's
But one thing I can go ahead and tell you from this side of things, from watching the race here, is that track position is ultra important, because what you're seeing here is a ton of guys towards the back getting into each other here. So it looks like that you want to be up at the front at all costs.
yeah, but they're kind of beating themselves a little bit here up front too. I mean, I think all the way through they're having a little bit of issue, as far as these guys not taking their time. There's no patience whatsoever going on right now, Clay.
Yeah, and the thing about it you got to consider is that these restarts are 2 and 3 wide for a racetrack that only has one workable lane. So then guys feel like, well, I've got to get up to the top. And then they try and clear themselves to the top, and they're just not clear to the top. And then also, like, when it's a league that's a slider league, as in there's preset sliders that we run on, it's hard when your car doesn't have the balance you want it to have. So you're actively trying to work on the car to get it to where you can drive it. And then there's only one groove, and it's the top lane. So it's really just a fight. Oh, the 0's having some issues. And he's backed up the 8 in the process. I don't know what just happened.
They're wadded up again, aren't they?
The 54's gone around. Something happened to the 0. He's still with us in the race, it appears, but I don't know what just happened. It's going to bring us under the yellow once again. Unfortunately, that catching up the 8 of Sauce, the 10 of Braves, and it looks like that there's one going on as Nuka is the guy taking the blame for that one. I don't quite know what happened though. All I know is I saw the 0 in the wall and he was holding up the 8. So I don't know what might have happened in that one. This just feels like a battle for survival, doesn't it?
Oh, that or I mean, I just can't see why these guys are struggling so much. I don't know. Is there something maybe with the server or guys lagging? I don't know. Because I mean, this is just really not unheard of with these guys. But as I'm looking at Discord chats, I'm hearing a lot of apologies. So maybe it's just these guys are just.
We're back to the green flag, and after pit stops, it's Chewy coming away with the lead. Robbie Racing there on the outside lane here. And it looks like the 19's going to come and give some help to his teammate there in the 18. A big shove coming to the 18 of Robbie Racing from the 19. Seems like this restart just appears to be maybe slightly cleaner, but I might be talking way too soon here. We've got a train of cars here on the bottom that are going to look to do something. Oh, it's a 5 for space again. Oh, man, the 92 and the 1 might have had some contact there, and another car's around in the back.
Yep,
2 cars in the outside wall there off of turn number 2. That is the 20 of Marini caught up in that one, and as well the other car involved in the 4 of Just Ken. Again, one of those deals where I feel like it's just a fight for space out there. We're 3 wide a little bit further back. We're knocking people up into the outside wall. That's currently happening. But it's a wad back here. Chewy's right here in the middle of it. And he's in the wall. He almost made it 3 wide on Drunkfest there, and that would have wrecked more people. Mills and Braves are going at it back there, it looks like. Those are 2 teammates. Now we're 4 wide. That's not going to happen in this corner. Chewy thought about making it 4 wide there. I don't recommend that. I don't know what's happening.
Looks like we're in the second stage already for some reason.
Are we already in the second stage?
Yes. I think I
don't
just got
even
out.
know who
7
won
laps
stage one.
left in the second stage.
Oh, the 16 has walled the 19. I mean, just ping-ponged right off of him and sent the 19 into oblivion. I don't know if that was lag or what that was. We've had so many caution laps that we're probably almost done with this race. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm trying to get a gauge on it here.
You know, but we have some races like this every now and again where it's just like, it's just one of those races where nothing seems to go right for anyone, and it's just one of those deals where it's just a product of a track that only has one groove of racing or something like that, or just guys feeling like they have so much to prove and they really don't. That type of thing is, you see the 08 look for a slide job on the 18 and it's not going to work. You can't race the bottom here at Kansas. It's unbelievable. NASCAR heat, fix your game, please.
Yeah, 5 laps to go here at stage 2, Clay.
I'm not going to get onto that soapbox right now as the 07's back in the wall, but we need a better game here. The 9's going to look for the lead on the 18 here. Nuka looking for the lead on Robbie. Here comes the 16 of Monster as well. Haven't heard much from Monster this year. And the 9 is going to really make that move work, but the 18 is going to look for a crossover off of 4. And the 9 and the 18 have some contact. Oh, the 9 and the 16 now have some contact. 16 comes down. He collects the 0. We're wrecking again.
Damn.
That's going to, oh my goodness, the 0 just took one massive hit. The 19 and the 10 looks like have some contact. That's going to bring another caution out on the racetrack. That's going to end the second stage as well.
Yep, that ends it. Yeah, so already we're not even a half hour into this, baby. We're in the third stage already.
Oh man, the 19's got serious damage. Who hasn't been involved in a wreck tonight?
I think everybody. I think everybody has.
And here's to think about something. In this league, we run normal draft. This is normal draft at Kansas.
Yes.
This is normal draft at Kansas. Holy smokes, this is just crazy. But we're restarting here at the beginning of stage number 3. This race is going to be over here in about 15 minutes at this rate. And we still have an hour before the Cup race, just to think about that. We're going to go 3 wide again here into 3 and 4. I'm just not liking how that's going to shape up, but I'm just trying to see if we still have everyone in this race or not. That might be the craziest stat of the night. We still have everyone in this race.
Yeah, no one's
given up yet. No one's given up yet. I mean, I guess props to the drivers for that. That's the best part of tonight, is that our field hasn't quit on us yet. But we're 3 and 4 wide here off of turn 2. That's almost certainly not going to work. Goodness gracious, I don't know what I'm watching. I really don't know what I'm watching.
Yeah, this is... Like I said before, these guys have put on such good shows all year, and it's just weird that they're watching this.
Now I'll go ahead and I guess while we're in the process of handling things here, is the zero's been in the outside wall. But, oh, more wrecking. 7's gone around, 22's gone around, 22's on the apron, but it's really the 7 that ends up getting caught up in that one, and that's almost certainly going to hurt him. Not a lot of damage, though, on that number 7. Great work by Drunkfest to keep that out of the inside wall there. But, you mentioned earlier that WRX Mike was your pick, the 16's in a wall. But you mentioned the WRX Mike was your pick. I'm kind of checking in on my pick now, who's riding here in position number 5, that being the 54 of Jose Protege. And I don't know, I think he's got a pretty fast car. I just think he's kind of been in the melee back here. We might be wrecking again. Can't tell. Yeah, we're wrecking again. Yep, wrecking big. 22, 6, 20. Bunch of people going around. The 10's on the apron in the corner. He's sliding up. He catches the 19. 19's in a wall again. I mean, I just don't even know what to say at this point. I don't get it. No caution, though. The flag man got tired of throwing the caution.
Right.
I don't even know. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm watching. Right now, it's Nuka with the lead. He leads over Masopes there in P3. These guys 3rd and 2nd, respectively, in the standings. And then it's been an awfully solid night for the driver of the number 18. After getting caught up in some early cautions, he's kind of rebounded, kind of gotten up towards the front where he's not really had to worry about it. And as I say that, he tags the outside wall there. And the guy right behind him, I don't know that I expected to see his name up here inside the top 5 tonight. The 07 of Chewy rides in the 4th position. Great run for him. I mean, great run for Chewy after the season he's had so far.
50 laps to go. 50 laps. So hopefully these guys can maybe chill the hell out here a little bit and gain some composure here and maybe put on the last third show, a decent show here.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of chill for this race lead. Masopes and Nuka are going toe-to-toe for it. 18's going to dive low on the 08. We'll see if he can clear him here heading into 1. The 18 is going to just clear the 08 there for 2nd. But the 08 is going to come back and put him in the wall. Oh my goodness, Masopes sent it in on the 18 and forced the 18 up into the wall. It's a move I'm not quite sure about, but I don't know. I'm just sitting here broadcasting. I'm just calling it like I see it. I don't know. This is just insanity at this point. I don't understand. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day, 30 years from now, I'll realize this is why they were racing that way. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost for words here. I'm literally lost for words.
So it looks like we got a little bit of a 2-car pack kind of pulled off there. A little bit of gap between the number 18 Robbie Racing up to the 08 Soaps. But like you mentioned before, Clay, yeah, strong run by that 07 here tonight.
He's starting to come under fire a little bit here for that 4th position. Monster there in the 16. Another guy desperately in need of a good run tonight is right here on the back of the 07. It's going to jump to the outside. It's the 07. Tags the wall. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take the bottom lane here. I don't want to get ran over. Now look at the 4 of Just Ken. He's going to jump to the outside here, looking for the 4th position on Chewy. It's a pack that includes 2 Venom Racing drivers, the 92 and the 4, that being Taddy and Just Ken, as well the 16 from the Rum Runners camp and the 54 from the Gorilla Autosport camp. The 4 is going to try and use the run off the corner, and he is going to get by that 07 of Chewy. So put the 4 up into position number 4. And now the 16 is going to say, hey, I'm here now too. And he's going to look for a move to the inside of the 07. Don't think that's going to work out though, Butters.
No, it's like you said, it's just Kansas. We'll see. I mean, I guess all you can do is you got to pick your points. Hopefully, try it. Most, like you said, 9 times out of 10, it's not probably not going to pay off for you. But What do? You know, do you try to squeeze
Hold
up?
on, we've got a battle for the race lead. Let me jump in here. The 18's caught back up to the front two here. Now it's the 08 that's going to jump to the outside of the 9. 9's trying to close him off. He's not quite going to be able to do it. Here we go into 1 and 2. The 9 is ultra tight. Oh my goodness, he ran the 08 out of room. Intentional? I don't think so. I think the 9's just super tight. We're 3 wide for the race lead here as we work into 3 and 4. It's Robbie Racing on the bottom. He's going to try and use a power move to clear on the outside. He tries to slide up. It's not going to work.
No,
The
he
move
doesn't
is
have
for the
enough.
08 on the outside. And the 18 and the 9 have contact. Around goes the 9 of Nuka. That's a product of 3 wide racing, some of the best racing we've seen tonight. And coming out on the losing end of that is the 9 of Nuka. Unfortunate, because that was a heck of a battle. That was probably the cleanest 3 wide I've seen tonight.
Right. Oh,
Wow.
that was a good couple laps. So that was fun.
So it's Masopes that rallies to take the lead, and it's the 18 of Robbie Racing there in P2. Just Ken there in P3. Some talk in the chats about potentially Just Ken being underrated. I don't know. He's not looking like he's going to be underrated much longer. He's riding here in position number 3, and, you know, of his starts, I believe he only has 1 finish outside the top 10. Granted, he hasn't started all year, so that kind of doesn't help out a lot, because, you know, it's all about showing up in this league, and it's the reason why Ken is 13th in the points. He might have some top 10s and like 3 or 4 top 5s at this point, but if you can't make all the races, tell you what, you're not going to be in the playoff hunt. But he has rallied up here to the race leaders, Butters.
Yeah, he has. I mean, yeah, it puts him in that 3rd hole, and he's like I said, it's a pack of 3 coming up front here. And it's a 1, 2, 3 by Masopes, Robbie, and Just Ken. So we'll see if the next pack can get together and maybe catch up to these guys or not. But they're doing a lot of side-by-side racing back there.
Let's catch up to this second pack and see what's going on. I saw the 92 of Taddy. He's riding there in the 4th position, battling it out with Chewy. And as well, Jose, and I see Hamilton and Monster are also a part of this group. I see a car getting loose there, the 1 and the 16. Could we be seeing some pit stops right here? Here comes the 16. He's going to peel off, head for pit road right here. He's the only guy, though. Actually, we're going to get 1 or 2 more. I see the 10 of Braves is on pit road as well. I think I saw another car on pit road, maybe the 8 of Sauce. No.
Let me know, guys.
That's
Let me
the
guys.
only car.
Jackson and Chibi, let me know. What are you gonna do? What would you do to get around these guys? Sounds like you guys got the answers.
The 6 of Mills on pit road. So here's a trio of guys up here at the front of the field that I find to be rather interesting. The first guy you got to talk about is this 08 of Masopes. Masopes, of course, our winner from Phoenix earlier this year on a green-white checkered. It's not quite been a run lately that he's been happy with. He's ran up front, sure, but it's not quite. He's just not quite had the steam he had when he first joined the Xfinity Series this year after being sent down from the Cup Series. But Masopes looking for a 2nd win of the year, and you talk about the guy that's right behind him there in 2nd place, has 2 runner-up finishes already this year. Could the 3rd time be the charm? Could he score his 1st win of the season? And the same can be said for the guy behind him, the 4 visit victory lane this season. So a trio of guys up here with interesting kind of storylines surrounding them this season. 2 guys that haven't won yet. Another guy who we know what he's capable of, but hasn't really put it together here the last couple of weeks, which is to include a lag out last week at Sonoma for the 08, as well as the 4. Both the 08 and the 4 lagged out last week at Sonoma. This is definitely an interesting trio to me there, Butters.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's quite the strategy to have. I mean, that's probably a strategy of Probably 98% of the guys out there that race is to drive by them.
See, the one of Hamilton is on pit road.
Jackson.
The 19 of Nike is on pit road. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
are
Butters.
struggling. No, yeah, like I said, we are having a rough race here tonight, guys. I know, Chibi, you guys are out there speaking some opinions, and I'm not going to disagree with you guys. Like I said, we said this at the beginning of the race. These guys are usually one of the best shows of the night. And like I said, we haven't figured it out. I don't know what's going on out there, but like I said, the last third of the race here, it looks like these guys are settled down a little bit. It's too bad it's gotten spread out a little bit, but I guess can't have a perfect night every night.
You know, yeah, and the thing is I think a bunch of guys are just having their bad night tonight, and it's culminated in a bunch of wrecking and just rough racing in general. I don't know. It's just very uncharacteristic of our Xfinity series. I mean, discuss in the comment section. Does this have anything to do with the fact that we're at Kansas and that we're at a one-groove racetrack? What do you guys have to say about that there in the comments section? Let us know if you think that the fact that we're racing at Kansas has anything to do with it. Could it be that we should be running low draft instead of normal draft? Because these guys are pretty much up each other's keisters all night, as it has been, as we've obviously noted. So just, I don't know, just tell us what you think is contributing to the kind of racing that we've seen tonight. Outside of the typical, well, guys are making moves that they shouldn't be making, the moves are too aggressive, that type of thing. I want to hear like reasons that are not outside of what
Obviously.
we typically blame.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, give us their opinions.
So we had the 08 and the 18 peel off for pit road. That turns the lead over to the 4 of Just Ken. Of course, he's looking for his first win of the year, and he's 13th in the point standings, and he finished 16th last week at Sonoma. But before that, he had 2 top 5 finishes in a row. One at Charlotte before our Christmas break, and then one at Chicagoland. Right there. So the 4 is going to look to peel off for pit road this time by, and unfortunately, Butters, I don't have any idea who the race leader is at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit here to see if I can track down, like I said, with these green flag pit stops going down.
So y'all will need to bear with us for a few minutes.
Glad to see you join, Ballstick. Long time no here. Thanks for checking it out, man.
Again, you're watching the Cobra E-Racing Xfinity Series here from the Kansas Speedway. I'm your host, broadcaster Clay, delighted to bring you the action here tonight. Although I can't really say I'm delighted with what I've seen tonight, as it's been nothing short of a shaky race. And I'll throw it over to my co-host, GTR Butters, the owner, King Cobra of the Cobra E-Racing Series. And I'll throw it over to you. Talk to me about what you're feeling for what you've seen tonight.
Well, like I said, it's like I said, the way I'm getting it is probably the racing is the product of the track. Just kind of chatting about a little bit what I'm reading. The guys are putting some opinions in the chat. And, that discussion, it does come up with low draft versus regular draft. And, being half owner of this league, and maybe I'm a little stubborn when it comes to that. I mean, my opinion on low draft racing to me is more of a boring race. I know it probably benefits the drivers more. Well, I know it probably does, but yeah, I mean, we had this issue here tonight so far. Hopefully, the Cup guys ain't like this too bad. I believe we ran into an issue earlier in the year with Charlotte, and we're going to have to take a little look. Maybe next year, bring it to the table that we're going to have to certain tracks, going to be certain drafts. So, I mean, I do appreciate it, but like I said, a lot of this comes down to me. I hear the guys talking about low draft certain tracks. Most of the blame might be on me by not going with that and wanting to stick with normal draft, but Yeah, it's just hard. Like I said, I believe the racing tonight is just. I think it's a product of the track with the draft. Running, you have to run to the wall, and you can't make any moves underneath unless you make a run, try doing a slide job. And most of the time, the guys run out of real estate. You know, they look like they could pull the move off 3/4 way through, and they just run out of real estate, and that's where the contact gets made. And so, but yeah, I mean, it's like I said, so far it's been a tough night. It's gonna be interesting how if the Cup guys can adapt to this, or if we're in for maybe the same kind of a race. I'm hoping not, but yeah, I mean, I guess it is what it is tonight. I guess we just gotta handle what we got here and keep trying to move forward. That's all we can do.
I'm trying to get a read on who's the current race leader. There are a couple streams I'm trying to check into right here. See, the 8 of Sauce is on pit road. The 18 of Robbie Racing is your current race leader. Here from Kansas, trying to get a look at how many laps to go we might have as well. I can't quite tell. Okay, so we have about 25 to go. Maybe a little bit less than that.
Did we figure out who the leader was yet, Clay?
Yeah, the 18 of Robbie Racing.
Okay, so Robbie is our race leader. Let me get to him.
Yes.
Sorry, guys out there watching. Clay got me on a segment, and sometimes I get. Sorry, I didn't move the car view for a little bit here. Let me get to the leader, see where we're sitting out at here.
Yeah, just checked in on the comments section, seeing a lot of not happy people out there in the comments section. But yeah, it sometimes happens this way. That's all I'm going to say about it, because you guys are saying how you feel, and that's just how that's going to be. So, happens that way. But the 18 of Robbie Racing is our race leader, with not long to go in this race, and I believe the 92 of Taddy is in P2. Don't know how he got all the way up there to P2, but he's in P2. And it's Masopes there in P3. Now, the guy who's really not benefited, and he's in the outside wall again, is the 4 of Just Ken. He's lost a ton of ground here. Wow.
So yeah, I'm hooked up here. We got the 08 and the 92 here battling for that second spot here. So we'll bring a little shot here of these two guys, seeing how this comes out about. And it looks like we got the number 19 running in fourth in that next pack, along with the 16 of Monster. Let's get back to that next pack. Right along with the number 1 of Hamilton. So yeah, the 19, 16, the 1 of Hamilton, the 07 of Chewy is that next group pack of 4, battling for that 4th spot. Looks like the number 16 of Monster is hitting pit road. So we're going to have another set. We got 54 of...
I don't think so. I think
Jose's on pit road.
I think some guys aren't going to be able to make it, but others are. I don't know. But I do know that the 18 is the race leader, and he has a huge lead over what is now second place Masopes. There was a change there between positions 2 and 3 between Masopes and Taddy. Gang, I'm sorry tonight. I'm just off my game. This broadcast, the way it started for me with my mic issues and internet issues and that type of thing, caught me off guard. And now the racing has just caught me off guard. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Clay,
I don't feel like normal. I don't feel like normal.
We'll get through it. Hopefully we can reset and come back with the Cup race.
Tell you what, we're going to need a reset. Please, please. Please, Cup guys, if you're watching, please give us a better show than what this is. What this has been.
Yeah, Jackson. I mean,
But
yeah, I mean, most nights are. I'm not going to say all nights are great, but most nights the racing here on Friday nights is pretty competitive. So just I feel bad that if this is your first time joining in that this is what you're getting, but yeah, not much more we can say about it. It's been surprising to all of us.
I'll tell you what, though, and I don't know if this is me being cocky or not. It might be me being cocky. Looks like the 18's going to have to pit again, so we're going to have pit stops, another round of pit stops here. But I don't know if this is just me being cocky, but I feel like our cleanest series is actually the trucks. Our lowest division, I think, is our cleanest series. Because think about it, we were just here at Kansas a couple weeks ago. The trucks were just here at Kansas a couple weeks ago. And yeah, we had 2 or 3 incidents where people were fighting for space and there just wasn't any room. But we didn't have this many yellows in the trucks at Kansas. Now, I know trucks are different than cars and they run differently, the handling's different, all that type of thing. But I think I think this is what this does do. If people that are watching in wanna like take something positive out of this race, is that it shows that our truck series deserves more credit than it gets.
17 to go, Clay. 17 to go.
And think about our truck series a little bit. It's full of guys that are veteran league racers that have been here a while. Got guys like you and me. We got guys like Klein in there. We got guys like Ty Racing. He's been with us for a long time. Warpig's been with us for a long time. We've got Colleague Fan. He's been with us for a long time. Bunch of guys down there that have been league racing. Big T-Bones has been racing for a long time. Guys that, might not be the fastest, but these are guys that, maybe in other leagues would be considered field fillers, but they're guys that, they keep it clean. They race. I would say the racing in the truck series is just
well, a lot of those guys, Clay, mentioned, like you said, they're in the trucks, but they're veterans of Cobra. You mentioned like Colleague and he's Warpig. These guys have been there since day one of Cobra. 4 seasons back. So these guys, they're committed. Yeah, they're the guys that run mid pack. But they stay pretty. They're pretty clean. They race trucks hard. So it's good to have these guys. It's just like I said. These guys are veterans. We got a lot of veterans in this league yet that have been here from day one. So and we got a lot of rookies this year too. I believe this season we had the biggest jump of rookies coming in. So
yes, we did. That's another thing to consider.
And I know these guys race a lot of other leagues, and they may know some of their. But yeah, we're 8 races in or so, and maybe a few of these guys haven't raced each other much in the past. But I think they're all getting a feel of each other. But like I said, I don't know if it's. I ain't gonna sit here and keep making excuses if it's just the track tonight. I know not many people have good reviews of Kansas. Not many people like Kansas just because what kind of racing it produces. So.
Okay, I see a comment out in the YouTube land from Jackson. Thanks for asking this question because I was just currently working on that. It actually turns out to be the 4 of Just Ken who is being shown as our race leader currently. I do apologize for not getting to that sooner. I also see Skew Car out there in the YouTube land. Good to see you again here, sir. Hope you're at least trying to take some positives. If you caught all 3 of our races last week, you know what we're capable of doing.
12 to go, guys.
Tonight's
12
just
to
not
go.
been one of those. But anyways, we're approaching 10 laps to go here from the Kansas Raceway. Things have most certainly calmed down here in the back. I would say the back 9 of this race. But certainly things going much smoother. This is the type of racing we typically see here. I think it can really be put down to this one simple phrase here, Butters, and I think you're going to agree with me on this. And y'all out in the YouTube land, feel free to comment on this. I think all it took for these guys was one clean restart. I think that's what it comes down to.
You're right. You know, it's just like any. I mean, all these guys know out in league racing. These guys that watch or whatever they're, you know, once you start making these green flag pit stops, you know that's where racing always gets stretched out. But yeah, like you're for sure right, Clay. I mean, just to let these guys get a clean restart, get some laps in, and then it kind of like I said, this last 40 laps or so, it's kind of, even though they're spread out, it's cleaned up. So it looks like we still got the four. Just Ken is going to be our race leader. Looks like the zero of Beatty is coming down pit road. So some of these, a few of these guys
Yeah,
will be taken. I'm pretty sure Jose, I think, is good. I think. I'm not going to say. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, it's kind of really hard to gauge where people are because they're on
Right.
different pit strategies here. But
Right.
I'm sitting here thinking,
I'm probably
Just
wrong
Ken's our
with
race
that.
leader. I'm thinking Ken is going to have to pit at least one more time. I just don't know that he can make it. And if he can, it's going to be super close. That's the one thing. Kansas might not be the cleanest in the first couple stages, but if you can run the third stage clean, you can have a crazy pit strategy save to the end of this. So there you go.
So wait, I'm taking it as 18 and the 92 or your second and third, I'm assuming yet?
They might be. I think they just recently got their laps back, though. So they're quite a ways behind. Ken has, you see these cars going around, Ken, that's not for position. These guys are just getting their laps back. That's what's happening here. But what I'll mention is I feel like this is an outlier race for our Xfinity series. I don't think this is one that you can look at and say, oh, if you're just watching our league for the very first time here, you see the 19, he might be getting ready for a pit stop. Nope, he just tagged the apron there. But if you're watching our racing for the first time here in Cobra, and you're like, man, this doesn't look very clean to me, understand that this is a Kansas track that has provided some of the best races in Cobra. And you think about like our playoff cup race here last year, where it was Picola leading on the final lap, coming off of 4. Sauce takes the lead away from him, and then they both run out of fuel, and Big Jim comes all the way from 3rd place to steal the checker flag. That's obviously one of the best top 5 finishes here in the Cobra e-racing series in general in Cobra history, in our 4 seasons that we've been going here. So this is not common at all, Butters.
Right, that's what I mean. I just want to keep saying that. Like I said, this is basically throwing us off our game here tonight, the way this started out. But, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to sit here. I can't make excuses all night about it. But, like I said, I was really surprised how this started out.
There are 3 laps to go, and now 2 laps to go here from Kansas. Just Ken is looking for his first win of the season and his first win here in the Cobra E-Racing Series. Sauce is in P number 2, but he is almost half a straightaway behind. Can Ken make it to the end, or can Sauce fuel save his way? He half a speedway behind him, as there's some battling for position there up in front of Ken off of turn 4. There's going to be 1 lap to go here from Kansas. 1 more turn around Kansas for Just Ken. Is he going to make it? I think it'll be a close finish here. Off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway, he's still going at pretty good speed here, Butters.
Yeah, I think he's going to hold on to make it.
Heading down the back straightaway for the final time, and
don't
into
want to
3
jinx
and
him.
4. Off of turn number 4 to score his first win in the Cobra E-Racing Series. Just Ken is going to go to victory lane here at Kansas.
Congratulations to that number 4 car. First win.
Sauce is going to be the driver that brings it home in the second position, it appears. Although he is out of fuel here, coming off of turn 4. Let's get a look to see where he's going to finish. And it is P2 for the driver of the number 8. Driving down for his team, we'll see who brings it home in the 3rd spot. Robbie Racing comes home in P3. It's Taddy P4, Masopes P5, Hamilton in P6. Believe it's Chewy that's going to come home in 7th. Marini's going to come home in 8th. And Nike, Boy will come home 9th. 1 lap down in 10th is going to be Derek Cope in the number 10.
11th going to be Bomber, 12th Bad Guy. 13th is Monster, 14th Jose, 15th Drunk Fest. 16th is BD, 17th Nuka, 18th Mills, 19th Brinkerhoff, and rounding out the top 20 is your pole sitter, WRX Mike. Tough break for a pole sitter tonight. Looks like 10 cars finish on the lead lap.
9.
9.
Fastest lap goes to Derek Cope in the number 10 with a 30.819.
Crazy.
So let me work on getting Ken up here with us in the booth, because I don't know if he's in our broadcast chat yet. Let me see if I have him. If not, someone else might have to add him.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'm looking for just Ken. Well, I thought I had him too. Isn't that something?
And I got a top 3 finish. I got beat by fuel strategy, but you know it is what it is. I don't mind fuel saving at all, and fair play to just Ken to be able to do that, especially on sliders, because it's not easy at all.
So you just go through so much chaos. You were caught up in a couple of those first few wrecks, and yet it was still you still managed to rally back. You got to a point where you could get a clean restart. You got out there with Masopes, you got out there with Ken. It was the 3 of you guys up there. Nuka was up there as well. Unfortunately, product of what looked to us like the best racing of the night, when there was that 3-wide move that you guys made there off of 3 and 4. Unfortunately, the 9 got tagged, put in the fence. It looked like really good racing. I mean, that was a wreck that I felt like was just a product of great racing. But
yeah,
you know,
I'm hoping that Nuka didn't take it to heart. He's raced with me many a times, and he knows that I didn't race like that. I just ran my line the best I could, and unfortunately we ended up 3 wide. But Kansas is a track that you could do 3 wide. If you can't do 3 wide at any track on this game by now, then I think you better switch it up and choose a different game, to be fair.
Well, there you have it. Butters, you got anything for our friend Robbie?
What's happening, my man? Congratulations tonight, Robbie. Way to have a
Cheers,
strong
buddy. I
car all
appreciate
night.
it.
Yeah. Hey, way to have a strong car all night. What were you thinking at the beginning there with the yellows coming out? I mean, I know it was a rough start for everybody. What from your point of view, what was the main? What were you thinking the main thing was with these guys getting tangled up so much early on?
I was just focusing on who was going to slide up, and then as soon as I see somebody taking the wrong line and going in too hard, I made sure I set up my car ready to take a line what's going to be a clear run on the exit. Um, that definitely played favour during this race, and I'm glad that I did it. That draft tonight was, well, it was unreal. It was so high. It was strange, and it was pulling a lot of the guys into the fence and stuff like that, or pulling them in too close to drivers. Should have been a game of patience, but it wasn't. There was a few cautions, unfortunately, but well, if it didn't play out the way it did, I don't think I would have got a P3, to be honest.
Right, right. Well, like I said, just another strong run, Robbie. I mean, the last month you've had quite the car here, week in and week out. So I know you started out a little rough at the beginning of the year, but like I said, last month or so, last three races, I mean, you've been a rocket, man. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate it. I think I was like P17 in the standings, and we're currently sitting at P6 now, and it'd be interesting to see where I'll sit after this race. Just want to do a shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast, the league, and definitely a shout out to my team as well as Taddy. Taddy not putting any pressure on me tonight and just let me run my line. I appreciate that. But yeah, watch out for Team Gas because we're definitely going to dominate this season. That I'll tell you.
There you have it, Clay.
Well, there you go. You heard from our third place finisher of Robbie Racing, bringing home a P3 finish for Gorilla Autosport, driving the number 18 Toyota. Now, our second place finisher of Long Live the Sauce, the owner of Lost in the Sauce Motorsports, cannot take an interview tonight. He had something he needed to handle before tonight's Cup race gets underway. And we're currently working on getting our race winner of Just Ken up here in the broadcast booth. Because neither me nor Butters have him added as a friend.
Right. I thought I
Okay.
did. I was pretty sure I did.
Hold on just a moment. I might be able to help with that. I'm working on it. Oh, you got us, Robbie?
Oh,
Yep.
Ken?
Yep.
Hey, we
copy?
got him. Yeah, I got him.
I'm not hearing him. I'm not hearing him.
I can hear Ken.
Yep.
I cannot,
Well,
so you might have to do this
Okay,
interview.
well, we're gonna go with her. Well, Ken, this is Butters here, man. Finally get
Hey,
a chance. Finally get a chance
There
to actually chat with you. But yeah, hell, congratulations, man, getting that first Cobra win. Tell me about your night, man. How did this strategy work out? I know it was a rough start for everybody at the beginning here, but it looked like the guys kind of cooled down a little bit. But tell me about it.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough beginning. Hard to hold patience together for myself and others included. But just glad I did hold it together. I knew kind of what was gonna go down, and I knew what I had to do. I've got a I went through my stats just before I started to see because I don't know how many Xfinity races I've run here, and I've won 6 of the 8, now 7 of the last 9 uh, races at Kansas in the Xfinity series. So that's I knew I could be good, just as good as those guys. I just had to stay with the leaders there with the first pit stops and kind of see what played out there. But yeah, it was a good race once we got going during that last stage. Seemed like everybody kind of cleared out and got some space in between us, and was able to just set sail, kind of pay attention to ourselves and let everybody go. And yeah, glad it worked out. Cool to have my first one.
Well, yeah, the
Well,
sound
so
of it. Well,
I'm
go
here.
ahead, Clay.
I'm here,
Go
so
ahead. Oh, you got him?
I can go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
I got him now.
Okay.
So your first win here in Cobra, Ken. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's feels good. Get it off my back. I mean, I know I'm capable. It just takes putting it all together, and there's a lot of talent here, so it's hard to mesh all that and make it work. You know, as far as to go against 20 guys and end up being the one winner, that's pretty impressive, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Now you've not been able to run the full schedule with us so far this year, but I believe you've made 6 starts, maybe 5 starts, and 4 or 5 of those you finished inside the top 5. And it was funny. I was talking with your teammate uh, Chase Beatty earlier, and he was not happy about the fact that I did not have you ranked in our power rankings. And you came in unranked in the power rankings. You came in outside of the cut line for the playoffs. I always say that I'm doing my job the right way if someone's worked up over my power rankings. So
Yeah, that's
were
cool.
you kind of worked up over that?
Well, no, I just show up and race and let you guys do your thing, and I think it's cool that this is going on, and I'm allowed to be a part of it. So it's cool. I appreciate the guys, that's standing up for me and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that some of these drivers would read my power rankings and be like, "Damn, I wish I could get more respect."
Yeah, no, I didn't even know it was a thing until I started seeing something in the chat about it, and it's yeah, I have to check that out because I definitely want to be a part of that.
Well, I'll say this now. You came into it, I want to say you were ranked 14th or 15th. That's not happening anymore. You can probably well figure that out. And
Sure,
you're probably going to wind up being ranked at this point.
sure.
Again, every time I rank someone low and someone tells me about it, the driver goes out and performs. So
Yeah,
I
sure.
always get
Yeah,
proven wrong. I'm
yeah,
always glad to be proven wrong, though.
that's right.
And I'm always about first-time winners. So
Yeah,
congratulations to you there
yeah,
on your win there.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, nothing
There
better
you
to
go. You heard from our race winner.
nothing better, Ken, to get some respect. Was just put a W up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
I
your
mean,
best and easiest way of getting it, right?
that's right.
Oh, yeah, congratulations again, once again, man,
Yeah,
for on that
thanks.
first win tonight.
Thank you.
I think we're going to go ahead and field one more interview tonight. Taddy, if he wants to go ahead and come on in, he can field an interview for his fourth place finish. Um,
Sure, he's always
so,
welcome.
yeah, you're always welcome up here in the booth. The captains are always welcome up here in the booth. But he wanted that interview tonight, I understand. So, Ken, if you're still with us, you took a interview away from your captain. I'm sure
Oh,
you can let him know about that.
well, I took the win away from him too, if that's any consolation. So I seen him on the track somewhere, and I was thinking, I had to make a pass on him to get back to the leaders, and I felt kind of bad about leaving him hang like that, but I mean, I knew what I had to do, so
Yeah, you didn't do anything other than any other driver out there, man. It's all fun and
right.
games until getting down to that W, man.
Yeah, that's it doesn't it doesn't matter at that point. I mean, you obviously want to do it respectfully, but yeah, it's
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. Did he reach out, Clay, for that, or what? Are we just waiting a little bit more on it, or what?
I think we're going to wait a couple more minutes.
Well, since we're waiting here, we might as well keep chatting with Ken. So, Clay, just a quick question: where are we going next week?
Next week we are headed for Indianapolis,
So the oval.
the Oval. Yes, the Oval.
Uh, Ken, what's your thoughts there? I don't know what your schedule's permitting you for next week, but
yeah.
give us a little opinion and insight on Indy that you have.
Indy's a good track, especially for the Xfinity cars. They do with the draft, the way that they draft together. It makes for some pretty good racing, and I hope another race team I work for in the shop, and we're getting some cars together for the season. So it's kind of off and on with them when I'm able to make it. But for the I should be there next week, and yeah, it's Indy's a good track for me. It's more of a consistency track, if anything. As long as you're consistent, stay off the wall, and just try to stay up front and stay calm, you can kind of like this track. I mean, other than the line, obviously, but if you just stay calm and there'll be long green flag runs there. That track always produces long green flag runs.
For sure, yeah.
Of course,
So I
I'm
guess
say
we're not
that,
going to get
and
tatty.
there won't be.
We're not going to get Taddy. Okay. Well, if that's going to wrap it up, we ain't got no one else in here. Like I said, want to thank, let's see here, Ken for his victory tonight, and our Sauce finishing second, with third going to Robbie Racing there, our good friend from across the pond. But like I said, join us back here in good 10 minutes, I believe. 10 minutes.
Maybe like 5.
5
Maybe like
minutes.
5.
Oh yeah, I always. Sorry about that, Clay. I always forget about the introductions. So, but yeah, let's everybody out there watching take a 5-minute break. We're gonna jump off, and then we're gonna come right back with the Cup guys.
Right.
Coming from the same track, Kansas. So we'll see what kind of show these guys put on, though. So till then, with my broadcast partner, broadcaster Clay, we wish you guys all a good night. And once again, congratulations to Just Ken on his first victory here at Cobra E-Racing Series.
Thank you.